Hello and welcome to Bags of Action. My name is Steve and this is a 5-minute review of Fury from 2014. The film is written and directed by David Ayer. He's an exceptionally talented writer. He's worked on films and written such as Training Day. He's also directed a lot of crime-related films including End of Watch and SWAT. And he's directed films more recently like Bright and Suicide Squad. The cast in this film is all-star. You have Brad Pitt in the lead, you have Shia LaBeouf, Jon Bernthal, Michael Peña, and newcomer Logan Lerman, who apparently he's been in the Percy Jackson films, but I've not really seen those, so I can't comment on them. And you also have some other excellent names in the cast, including people like Jason Isaacs. So the film is set during World War II, but specifically it's set during the end of World War II, and the war is all but over. The Allied forces have gone through France and most of Europe, and now they're into Germany. But the problem is, the war isn't over. The Germans haven't surrendered, even though they desperately want them to. The Allies want them to just give up, but they won't. So the Allies and their troops are rolling in all the way through Germany on their way to Berlin. The story follows a tank captained by Don Collier, who's played by Brad Pitt, and the rest of his tank crew. The film starts with them coming off a bad mission that went sideways and one of their close friends has died. Now this crew has been together for a long time. They started in Africa and all the way through Europe. These 5 men have been as a unit working together very, very well. And now they're down 1 man and in comes Logan, who's a new member of the team as the character Norman, except he's been in the army about 8 weeks. He's from the typing pool. He's very, very green. He's not a fighter, and he's never been in a tank in his life. Throughout this film, there are no easy missions. Everything that they do is tough. Even now, at the end of the war, you would think that things would be a little easier, but in fact, they're just as bad. There's one mission where they go into a town, and around every corner and every window there could be a sniper, there could be a machine gun, and they have to crawl through and take down everything, check every single room before they feel safe enough to rest for the night. There's another mission where they have to take out some German guns that are dug in, that are keeping some of their troops pinned down, and later on there's a mission where they have to protect the crossroads in order to support the supply train as it continues its movement through Germany. The crew of the tank are rough, they're coarse, they all smoke, they drink, they argue, but they work exceptionally well as a team. And now they've got this kid who they don't know, and he doesn't want to be there. He doesn't want to fight, he doesn't want to kill. And Don does his best to train him, to get him used to war, and he forces him by holding the guy's hand, holding Norman's hand, and making him pull the trigger to kill a German, to make him realize what is at stake. The fact that even though the war is all but over, they still have to fight. They're still in danger every single day, and it's them or us. He's trying to get Norman to commit to the war and be a soldier, because that is what is required of him. But given where he's come from, he's extremely uncomfortable against it, and he fights them to begin with. Shia LaBeouf is excellent in this film. It's probably the best role I've seen him in. He plays Boyd, or Bible as they call him, because his character is a deeply religious soldier. He's trying to stop the others from corrupting the boy, he's sure of his faith, he's dedicated, and he's also tormented by what they've seen and done during the war. Michael Peña, normally seen most recently in comedic roles, shows that he has very serious acting chops in this. There's one point in the film where he has an excellent monologue, and it really shows you what he can do. The crew have been forced to endure terrible and awful things, and he describes one of the situations. Jon Bernthal, his character is awful. I really like him as an actor, but in this he's supposed to be awful and you're meant to dislike his character because he's really quite coarse. But deep down, he knows that he's not a good man, and he knows that the war has made him into this thing, and he's just accepted it. Pitt appears to be just like them at first, coarse and rough, but he's a deeper soul. He's sensitive, he cares about the new kid despite the appearances, and because it's war and there's no room for weakness, he's trying to get him to understand that they have to do unspeakable things to win the war. Slowly, during the course of the film, the new crew bond, and Norman begins to change. He earns their respect until he reaches a crossroad, and so does the story. They're neck deep in German territory, they're on their own, and they have no support. Comparisons between this film and Saving Private Ryan are not unfair, even though they're 16 years apart, because Private Ryan was made in 1998. The films have the same kind of gritty, grainy, dirty awfulness of war. It shows the true horrors of war and the things that people have been forced to do in order to protect others. Things that most people back home will never know about. They'll never understand what their freedom has been earned with and what soldiers have been forced to do in the name of victory. It's excellent performance all round. It's really great writing, and there is some humour and laughs, despite what I've probably described sounds like quite a grim film. The crew of the tank get along really well, and you like the banter, and you begin to like and understand all of the characters a little better. And this is despite the difficult situations that they're in, because each one is so good in their position, and each actor in turn in the tank is so good in their role, including Logan Lerman as Norman. He's emotional, you care about him and all the other characters as people, and you really want them to live. So, at times, the film is a little bit predictable. You kind of understand where the story is going, but nevertheless, it is still an exceptional movie with lots of great performances, brilliant special effects, fantastic camera work. And so for all of those reasons, I'm going to give it a solid 4 out of 5. So have you seen Fury? Do you agree with my assessment? If so, get in touch and let us know. You can contact us in all of the usual ways. You can email us, you can join the Facebook group, you can subscribe, or you can leave a comment below. If you'd like to support us, please subscribe and like this channel and this video. And don't forget to hit the notifications so you're told when we release new videos. If you like what we do and you'd like to support us, we're also on Ko-fi. We have new videos coming out every week with either myself or my co-host Pete. And thanks for listening.